The stock market, the XRP Navy, the help coin, and the home market. Everything is about to go completely nuclear, and we'll talk about why in the latest video. The Fed has recently released a lot of new information about the economy that you definitely need to know. You're ready for this big nuclear wave, which is already happening. The question is, what direction is it going? You'll find out in current video because, well, the facts don't lie. So I'm going to start with this because it really shows how bad things are right now. The Cabosi letter says that stock prices are going down because the economy is getting ready for a recession. Oil prices are going up because the recession was canceled. Gold prices are going down because inflation is over. Bond prices are going down because inflation has come back. And hobby costs are going up because the Fed pivot is over. What's going on? Since we're looking at the SP 500, it's about to post its biggest daily loss. In just the last 24 hours, the SP 500 has lost $100 billion in market value. But just the day before, the SP 500 had to go up everywhere, and everyone was saying it would really rise. Now, technology stocks are selling off strongly, with Microsoft and Nvidia both down 5%. There are only 2 trading days left until the election, and we saw this as a chance to buy, and we'll continue to do so right now. So what we can see is that, just look at this: Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia. All of these companies are trading much lower. But there's something really strange about this that doesn't make sense, right? All of them are selling lower, even though profits are higher. This is a very unusual event that doesn't happen very often, but it usually leads to one very specific outcome that we're going to talk about. At the same time, we can see that oil prices are rising again above $70, just a few days after worries of a vulnerable call 44 fell apart. Rising geopolitical tensions have put oil markets on edge as the risks of disruption grow. I think you should look at this oil chart. You don't see this kind of skyrocketing of oil prices very often, even though the rest of the economy seems to be going into a slump. I agree that some people have opened shorts and made a lot of money that way, but we need to talk about this, right? And I need to learn more about tech stocks, earnings, and what's going on there, because that will definitely have an effect on the help coins as well. That's why the help coins took a pretty big hit yesterday and are probably going to take even more today. Even though Apple reported quarterly sales of $94.9 billion, we can see that their inventory is going down. I'd like to copy that. Apple made its first ever first-class region a file region, and the price went down. That is crazy. The company said it would have an EPS of $1.64, which was higher than the $1.48 that was expected, and sales topped expectations of $94.5 billion. In the past year, iPhone sales went up 5.5% to $46.2 billion, and prices went up 2% to $2 billion. Prices went up another 12% to 12% to 12% to 12% to $25 billion. However, trade less. This is even more than the record set in 2018 and the years before the dot-com bubble burst. With other words, it looks like we might have a little more room to go up before we see a bubble burst. I am going to show you that dot-com bubble and the exact time frame in which it happened with customers. You can see right here in this picture that the 2000s are used as an example. At this point, the buyer started saying, K, stock fees are almost certainly going to be higher. But now 45% of buyers are right. We now have about 52%. Without a doubt, it's crazy. We've never seen anything like this before. Do you understand how the stock market works? These people are trying to basically tell the market where it should go, which isn't going to work because there are a few very wealthy people with easy access to extra capital who are leading the way in a different direction. But here's the thing, the people who make the markets where people like you and me can trade are making crazy amounts of money, so they're always advertising there. People are encouraged to come out and trade because they think they will make more money and spread a really positive message that makes more people want to buy because they think their money will go up. We all know that the markets aren't really like that though. And while we're looking at the 12-month predictions and what happened with the dot-com bubble over here, it is very clear that people generally talk to me when they are feeling very happy. That's when they make the dumbest choices. That is, fear of missing out, FOMO, is a very good thing when it comes to investing, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. But first, there's one more very important thing I want to show you guys as well. We can see that the Labor Department, and I've talked about this in more than one video, has changed the leftover job reports to show that a total of 112,000 jobs have been lost. To put it another way, I did talk about the Labor Department numbers. I did say that they were completely fake and that they were going to be changed today. And it's true that they did. And now we have 112,000 fewer jobs than they were expecting. At first, it was thought that the US added 254,000 jobs in September, but that number was later changed from 31,000 to 223. At the same time, the August jobs report was changed from 159 jobs to 78,000 jobs. 8 of the last 11 task reports have also been changed for the worse. I don't know what else is proof that you can't trust job reports if this over a million jobs have been changed to lessen over the last few years. What is going on here? Okay, men, I'll tell you what's going on. You can't agree with what the Labor Department says. That makes it look like they're taking care of the economy. You never know what they might say behind closed doors. They might be trying to explain it by saying that the direction changes make those numbers look a lot better. When the economy goes crazy, we don't want a bank run or for the banks to fail in any other way. Nonetheless, the fact that they're lying so much should still bother you guys. Anyways, let's talk about the help coin now because, to be honest, the markets here have been pretty much crazy lately. When we look at the one-day maps, all we can see is Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum. The price is going through a big drop right now after the US pretty much hit its all-time high of 73,514. They understand that. Well, pretty much every tech company right now is overpriced. For example, if you look at the total earnings compared to how much the company is selling for, you'll see that they are all overvalued. And a lot of these guys are just taking advantage of the fact that there may be a lot of retail buyers buying those stocks without knowing what they're doing. Of course, that's clear from the fact that the markets are in such a state of excitement right now. Then they say, okay, we're going to make some money off of these losers because they're not nearly as coordinated as we are. We can sell the land for $1 million in 24 hours. Then they'll sell in a panic and we'll just buy on the dip. And then we'll just buy on the dip. And the thing is, when we look at the 2000s right here,